Morning everyone and happy Monday. We've already had drama today. If you watched the first isolation vlog that I uploaded, it will be like 2 weeks ago for you now. We had a fledgling come into the garden. It fell out of the hedges that we have in our garden, and I kept an eye on it all day, and then unfortunately in the evening, then Winnie just sneezed. The neighbour's cat got the fledgling and I was really sad. And then this morning I played on Animal Crossing all morning. Not gonna lie to you, I played on it for a good couple of hours, but it is the first time in ages that I've played on it for several hours at once. And then I let the dogs out into the garden while I was about to make my breakfast, and there was another fledgling in the garden. It was another dove. This time it looked a lot more grown up. It had all of its adult feathers, but it clearly was a fledgling and it couldn't fly properly yet. And it couldn't get out of the garden, and Archie saw it before me and he pounced on it. So we were desperately trying to get out of the garden. Will's had to move it up to higher ground twice now. And I'm just hoping that it makes it to safety and learns to fly and everything, because it cannot stay in our garden. The cat comes in here all the time, and obviously the dogs will go after it, and it's just not safe. So I've been stressing about another fledgling this morning, but other than that, like I said, I've just been playing Animal Crossing. It's actually lunchtime now, and I might do some crafting or something today, I don't know. But I wanted to quickly say I'm really missing Disney at the moment. I'm really missing the Disney parks. Not that I had a Disney holiday trip booked or anything like that, but I'm just really missing the Disney parks. So I thought this week, because I have 7 Spirit jerseys, I thought I'd do a week of Spirit jerseys and show off my collection for all the Disney fans who watch my vlogs and might be missing the Disney parks as well. Spirit jerseys are probably my favourite Disney merch, along with mugs and pins, so I just thought it might be a bit of fun. And as much as I can, I will try and do it in the order that I bought them as well. So it's Monday, day 1. This is my Sheriff Woody Spirit jersey. Try and show you the back. I've got a picture, if not I'll insert the picture. But this one's a size medium. I bought it off shopdisney.co.uk and it was my first one that I ever purchased. So that's what I'm starting with today. And it's a good thing too, because the temperature has dropped 10 degrees today. It's very cold and windy outside. I'm also going to take a picture and put it onto my Disney Instagram every day. So if you didn't know, I do have a Disney themed Instagram as well, where I post all of my park photos and Disney merch pictures and things. So that's Disney with Chloe. I'll pop it on the screen now if you want to follow it. But yeah, it's Monday. Beginning of week 5 of total isolation at home for me. Will's looking confused. I think the TV wouldn't turn on. It was just delayed. Archie and Winnie are desperate to go outside and try and eat the bird. And I think I'm just going to do some crafting and try and relax after all this drama. Okay, I'm just taking a crafting break. I'll show you in a minute what I've been working on, but I just got some Amazon parcels because I ordered some books. I think I mentioned it in last week's vlog that I really wanted some thrillers or something, but not really scary things. Just, I don't know, something that might keep me a little bit more interested, but it's still sort of YA. So I got Two Can Keep a Secret by Karen McManus. I read One of Us is Lying and I thought it was a bit predictable, the ending, but it did keep me on the edge of my seat, so I'm hoping this will be similar. It's not the sequel to that book, it's a different one. It said, oh, I forgot to mention, Will is playing Zelda next to me, so I'm sorry about all the noises. The killer claims to be back. A small town that keeps losing its homecoming queens. 2 murders still unsolved. Spooky, can't wait. And the next one is A Good Girl's Guide to Murder by Holly Jackson, and it says, the case is closed. 5 years ago, schoolgirl Andy Bell was murdered by Sal Singh. The police know he did it, everyone in town knows he did it. But having grown up in the same small town that was consumed by the murder, Pippa Fitz-Amobi isn't so sure. When she chooses the case as the topic for her final year project, she starts to uncover secrets that someone in town desperately wants to stay hidden. And if the real killer is still out there, how far will they go to keep Pip from the truth? Again, spooky, sounds good. And then I ordered one last book, which came in a separate package, which is The Toll by Neil Shusterman. I read the first 2 books in this trilogy ages ago, like probably coming up 2 years ago maybe. I read the first one. This is, I believe, the last one, and so I won't read the back because I don't want to spoil you in case you haven't read the first 2, but this is a great series. The middle one suffered a little bit from like middle book syndrome, where it's setting up everything for the finale. I may even need to go back and reread the first 2 just to remind myself of everything that went on, because I really loved it, so I don't want to go into this having forgotten everything. This feels really nice as well to hold. I know it's a weird thing to say, but this is a really sturdy paperback. But anyway, those are the 3 books that I got to keep me going. I've got a million unread books on my shelves, but every time I look at them I just don't want to read them, so I got some more, and I'm gonna go back to crafting. Hey, so it's been a while. I've been crafting a lot, and I will show you what I've done in a bit. I'm hoping to do some more after I've sorted out this next job, so I will show you what I've done. I've been doing some creative journaling, trying to finish off my journal for 2019 so that I can start a new one for 2020 and like do some quarantine journaling. But I've just come upstairs to edit today's weekly vlog, which is going up. It's nearly done, but I just need to finish editing it and then set it to upload. And I've come upstairs to do it because it's so much like lighter and brighter in this room, and our bedroom is finally looking a bit like a bedroom, so I thought I would show you it as it currently is and explain what we're planning on doing with it, because I'm hoping to do some of it in this week's vlog. So this part of our room is probably the messiest, to be honest, because we need new bedside tables. They're full of junk on both sides, mine and Will's, and obviously I've got all this stuff here as well. This mirror needs to go onto a wall, but we have no idea which wall or where. Then we have our bed. We've got this basket at the bottom of the bed, which eventually will be filled with all of our bedding and blankets and things to keep those neat. This is a basket full of Christmas presents that don't have a space yet. Things that I had while I was in hospital, Christmas chocolate, everything. It's a bag of stuff that basically just needs to be sorted out. Will's side of the bed is pretty messy. Like I said, we really need new bedside tables and some better storage in here, but whatever. Then we moved my chest of drawers in between these 2 windows because I would like to put a little TV on it so that we can like watch Netflix in bed and stuff. But yeah, so we moved my chest of drawers into this space here between the 2 windows, and it's got a load of junk on it at the moment. But what I'm going to do, hopefully in this vlog, is paint this chest of drawers duck egg. The paint that my mum dropped me off on Sunday, which would have been last week's vlog for you, but it was only yesterday for me. And then when you come over here, we've got our wash basket, and then this big chest of drawers, which is Will's, and I'm also going to paint this in duck egg as well so that they both match. And what I'm going to do is buy handles that are the same for every single drawer on both of the chests of drawers so that they match, and I feel like it will make it look like 2 matching pieces of furniture, even though one came from when I lived at home with my parents and one came from when Will lived at home with his parents. And then we've got our wardrobes, which aren't finished yet. They need to be secured together. As you can see, the doors are a bit wonky because they're not sitting properly square, so they need to be secured together, and then we need to put the handles on. But we've got 2 big wardrobes from IKEA because we have a lot of clothes, and then we are back at the beginning again. So it's actually a really big room and we're not making the most of it. So finally we're going to get it sorted into a room that we can be proud of and not be embarrassed to film in, like I always am. But yeah, so obviously the majority of the furniture in here, like the wardrobes and the bed, are just white IKEA furniture. It's a step up from the IKEA furniture we had in our old house, but it's just white IKEA furniture all the same. So instead of spending a load of money on getting chest of drawers to match. We want to save money by repainting what we've already got, but just painting it white, it would still have been obvious that it didn't match. So I thought if we paint them both duck egg, it will make features of them and it will mean that they match each other, and I just think that'll be a lot nicer. And then we will just get bog standard white IKEA bedside tables for the bed, and then once that's done, all the furniture is complete and we don't need any more furniture in here, except I would quite like a full length mirror, so I might keep an eye out for one of those somewhere, probably just IKEA as well, to be honest. And I would like new blinds, and I'd like to have the curtains taken up. I would actually like new curtains, but I don't think Will wants to get rid of these, so we'll see. But there is a lot to do in here, but I think by the end of lockdown it's actually going to be looking a lot nicer. When we get married, I want to put 2 or 3 like of our favourite pictures from the wedding above the bed, and we've also got these frames for a gallery wall. Like I was saying, this one's probably the closest to the colour that the chest of drawers are going to be. It's like that colour there. So these are going to be part of a gallery wall on one of the walls. I'm not sure which one yet. And I think it's all going to tie in really nicely and feel really nice, and like I said, a room that we can be proud of. So I'm excited to get started on that, another lockdown project. Hi everyone, happy Tuesday. Have to do my normal daily check-in, don't I, with my cup of tea sat on my sofa. It's actually 1:30 and this is the first chance I've had to speak to you today, really, because I got up this morning, did a few bits around the house, then immediately had a bath and washed my hair and everything, got ready for the day, and then started looking at some wedding stuff, which I will show you. That's why I've got my Mrs. P to B mug today, because I'm doing a load of wedding stuff. And then my brother and his fiance turned up on the doorstep because they are self-isolating with her parents and they live like 5 minutes away from us. So they cycled over here to drop off the save the date and everything for their wedding. And I ended up standing out on the driveway, obviously more than 2 meters apart, but I ended up stood out there talking to them on the driveway for over an hour because I haven't seen them since before like this whole thing kicked off. We've FaceTimed and stuff, but it's not the same, and it was so nice to see them in person and to talk about our weddings and stuff. So I've just come back inside now and it's 25 to 2, so I've made another cuppa and I'm going to show you what I've got, some of the stuff that I've got for the wedding, because I just realised that some stuff is for people who watch these videos, so I can't show you everything, but I can show you some of it. And yeah, I also didn't film anymore yesterday because I had major issues uploading my YouTube video last night, so I ended up going live at 9 AM this morning, and I don't think like anyone's watched it or seen it, so I'm hoping people might notice that it's there. See, are you okay? That was Archie. I'm hoping that people might notice that it's there this evening. Also, week of spirit jerseys. Today's spirit jersey is The Lion King. It was the one that was released for the 25th year anniversary. The Lion King came out the year that I was born, so I had to get this one because not only is it one of my favourite films, but we are the same age. And on the back, which I'm not going to be able to see, it says Pride Lands since 1994. And obviously that was the year that I was born. So, had to get it. This is also a size medium. Also bought it from Shop Disney UK. So that is Week of Spirit Jerseys installment number 2. So I know you can't really see this particularly well, but I ordered this globe this morning for people to sign their names on. It's from Maison du Monde and it was only £24.50, which I thought was really good. It's not as big as I would like it to be, but we're going to have a normal guest book as well. So this is literally going to be for people to sign their names on and for us to display. Will absolutely loves travel, it's really important to him, so when I saw the idea of having a globe as your guest book on Pinterest, I really loved it, and I hadn't seen anyone else do it before, and now I've seen it loads, which is typical, but we're still going to do it. But we are going to have a normal guest book as well for longer messages if people want to do more than like just sign their name. And then I've been looking on Hobbycraft as well for some extra like decor bits. You can probably get them cheaper elsewhere, but I'm at the point now where I just want to like have all of the stuff that I need. So there's a guest book here, Rose Gold and Botanical Wedding Guest Book for £10. That one's on offer. It's just plain white pages, and the theme that we have is white, sage minty green, blush pink and rose gold, and then the botanicals match the like logo and the botanicals of our venue really well, so I thought that would be quite nice. And then I've got 2 packs of these wicker hearts to go with our centerpieces, a whitewashed C and W and an ampersand sign with lights in that I thought might be nice on our cake table or something. If we don't use them, I'll just use them in the house because they're cute. They are a bit pricey at £8.50 each, but I kind of want them. And then I've got 2 different letter boards to use, one next to the Globe guest book and one for something else that we're planning. And then I've got some blush pink and gold foiled luggage tags for something that I'm planning, and some blush pink and rose gold wedding reception invitations. We don't know if we're having a wedding reception yet, as in like we don't know if we're inviting extra people, but I've got these in my basket. I might actually take them out though, because stuff like this will probably be in stock in the actual shop closer to the time if the reception does go ahead. So yes, that's what I've got in my basket that I can show you, and then there's some stuff down the bottom that is for people who will definitely watch these videos, so I'm hiding it. Decided to come outside after all and start attempting to paint the drawers of my chest of drawers, and I'm just gonna paint the front like it already is, because I can't be bothered to paint the whole thing and it's a waste of paint. You don't see most of it anyway, so hopefully this won't be too difficult. The paint is quite old though, so it's gonna need a lot of stirring, but that's fine. So I came in and got something to eat, and then I was about to go upstairs and organise all of the stuff that I got out of the chest of drawers, so that I can bring those back in hopefully this evening when they're dry, and put everything back into them or whatever. And I realised I didn't show you the crafting project that I had been doing yesterday. I will show you now. What I had been working on yesterday was my creative journal. This is almost full. I've been keeping weights on top of it to try and make it not so fat, but basically I did this spread from May 2019 of my friend Daisy's birthday party, added a few bits and bobs to some other pages, added some watercolour to some of these pages, and yeah, added some watercolour to that one. These are the photos that still need to go in. I had done a little spread yesterday about when we saw Frozen 2 because I absolutely loved it. And I think that was it. So yeah, that was what I had been working on last night. Obviously I will do a flip through video when it's complete, which will hopefully be pretty soon because I've only got a few pages left to fill in it. And I also tied a piece of twine around the spine, which is what I do with all of my journals. Otherwise they start falling apart because I just use Webster's Pages ones that are just stapled together. So yeah, it stops it falling apart. Look at this sauce. So cute. Yes, I'm talking about you. Okay, I've sorted out a bunch of stuff to get rid of from all of those drawers. I've just done another coat on the front of these and then brought them in to dry because it's not sunny outside now and it'll be getting dark in a couple of hours. But yeah, I think they look pretty good. I like the colour. I'm hoping they won't need another coat tomorrow, but I think they will. And I'm going to start the actual like chest of drawers itself tomorrow. It's always best, especially when you're using chalk paint, to wax the piece of furniture after you finish it, and I'm really not good at that, so that's the bit that I'm dreading. The actual painting I quite enjoy, and I'm not really in a rush with this project because it's my last like furniture kind of project for lockdown, so I'm not in a rush with it. It doesn't have to be done straight away, but I'm pretty pleased with the colour and how it's looking and everything, so that's good. Good morning everyone. Painting clothes are on again today because I am going to paint the chest of drawers. I moved all of the drawers in from the garden yesterday evening, and I've looked at them this morning, and I don't think they need another coat, but I might do another coat just to really sort of like solidify the colour properly, because there are some patches that look a little bit streaky. And then they need to be waxed. Archie, please. Stop trying to lick my mouth. They need to be waxed, which I'm dreading because I've never done that before. Well, I tried to do it once and it didn't go particularly well, and then I've never done it since. So I'm nervous that I'm going to ruin it by trying to wax it. But it needs 24 hours to harden, and at the moment my like pyjamas and underwear and everything are in piles on the floor of the bedroom, and I really want the drawers to be able to just be stacked up and have my stuff in it so that it's not like all over the place. And I also want to try and do at least 1 or 2 coats on the actual chest of drawers itself, the actual like chest part. And I need to start Will's one as well, so that's the plan for today. It is already gone 11 o'clock though. This morning I've been on Animal Crossing and watching some documentaries. I've cleaned the kitchen and tidied up and just sort of pootled around the house, you know. I'm having really slow mornings at the moment. I don't know about anyone else, but getting up and like getting dressed and washed and everything is a few hours behind what it would normally be. When I'm at work I get up at 6 o'clock every single day and sort out all the animals, get washed and dressed straight away, have breakfast, and I'm out of the house by 8 o'clock, and that's not happening anymore. It's 11 o'clock and I've only just done my hair and makeup, and by done I mean grabbed a scrunchie and tied some of it up so that I can paint. So yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. I'll show you how the drawers are looking now. So here's how the drawers are looking this morning. The colour just doesn't show up on camera, but it is like a duck egg. I don't know how else to describe it, but it's really pretty. So I don't think they need another coat. Like if you look at them, they look fine, but you can still see these rings around where the handles were. I think no matter how many coats I put on it, you're probably still going to be able to see that because it's one of those marks that just comes through the wood constantly. There's a couple of marks like that on my dresser as well. But it's dried really nicely, it's dried really evenly, it feels really smooth and lovely. But yeah, so I'm a little bit torn. I don't know whether to do another coat or not. It would be a lot easier for me if I didn't have to, obviously, but yeah. Okay, so current situation is clothes are everywhere, but everything has had at least 2 coats now, and I think that like my chest of drawers in particular is starting to look really nice, because I think it's had 3 coats, this one. And then Will's chest of drawers has had 2 coats. It's looking super patchy at the moment because I've literally just finished, so it's all in the process of drying. Will's one is definitely going to need another coat, and the drawers are definitely going to need another coat. The drawers for mine are downstairs and they are fine now, I think. This one is going to need another couple of coats on the top. There's some staining on here that is just repeatedly coming through the paint. I had a cup of tea on there once that spilt, and it has stained the wood, and it just keeps coming through. So I don't think there's going to be anything I can do about it, to be honest. I think it's just going to keep happening. So thankfully there is going to be stuff on top of here, but I'm going to keep painting it anyway, just to see if I can lessen it a little bit. But yeah, the rest of it, I think after 3 coats is looking pretty nice. I don't think it needs any more. Obviously, bear in mind I'm not a professional. I have not painted much furniture. I've done like my dresser and everything, and I've painted a garden shed, but that's pretty much it. I'm not a professional, so if I'm doing this wrong, please don't be horrible to me in the comments. But yeah, I think the painting is all going to be finished by this evening, and then I just need to wax it tomorrow. I'm also now going to go to eBay and order the handles that I was going to order, because it's going to be really annoying having all of this done and not having the handles. I was put off because it's a lot of money and I bought a lot of wedding stuff yesterday and everything, but I need to do it because they're going to take a while to arrive anyway with how the post is at the moment. So I'm going to leave all of this to dry properly for a couple of hours, go and get some food, order these handles, and then paint the last coats this evening. I came outside to have a tea break, but somebody drank my tea. Somebody being this dog, because I put it down for 1 second to check on this dog, and she drank it. So now I have a different mug of Fanta Fruit Twist. I didn't throw your hoop, so you've brought me a ball. Brought me this. I didn't throw it because I was drinking tea. So you brought me this. Also, the 90s called, Archie. They want their boy band hair back. What's happened to your fringe? Also, I haven't forgotten about Week of Spirit jerseys. This is today's. You can't really see it in this light though. This is a Stitch one, Lilo and Stitch. It's got a little stitch here, and on the back it says Ohana means family in like rainbow colours. It's really cute. It's like a pastel ombre type thing. And if we go to Hawaii on our honeymoon next year, which is what we want to do, I will definitely be wearing this on the plane. Okay, so I haven't filmed anything this morning because I look like a hot mess express right now, and I'm just in the same old painting clothes. I've done another coat on Will's chest of drawers, and I feel like the drawers are potentially still going to need another coat, which I just want it to be over now. Even this top bit looks like it needs a coat. I'm never going to be able to stop these knots coming through. If I had known that I was going to do this project, I would have ordered some of that stuff that you can put over stains and knots in wood to stop it coming through, because the staining on top of this is just crazy. It's basically like repelling the paint. So this is exactly what it looked like before I did the paint, and it's just not going away. And there's like more marks here and here, so I'm just going to put something on top of this or get like a runner or something to go on top of it. But the rest of it came out okay, and now I've waxed it, which I didn't want to show because I'm really not good at it. It has not come out particularly well, but I'm going to leave this first coat to dry and see how it looks, and then do a second coat. At the end of the day, if it looks a little bit worse for wear, that's fine, because it's meant to be kind of like rustic. Obviously these drawers do all go in, but I've left them hanging out because I need to be able to open them. But yeah, it's done after these 2 coats of wax, so at least it's finished and the handles are on order, so I can at least pack all of this stuff back into these drawers and just leave the drawers like hanging out. And then I'm hoping that I'll be able to do a coat of wax on wheels later, but it's looking, like I said, like it needs another coat of paint, so this is never ending. Hello, another day, another cuppa, another spirit jersey. It's Thursday today. I had to really think about that. I was going to say Wednesday, but it's not Wednesday, it's Thursday. Today's edition of Week of Spirit Jerseys, we have this Mickey Mouse number that I got in the sale at Shop Disney, and it was the first one that I got in a different size. So this one's actually an extra small. It's looking a bit bulky at the moment because I've got my painting clothes on underneath it still, because I've got to go back to that in a bit, but I got it in an extra small because it was like £20 on Shop Disney in the sale, and I thought there's no way that is going to fit me because I had medium ones, all my other ones were a size medium, and then it arrived and it fit me far better. You probably can't see, but it's Mickey Mouse. It's got Mickey on the back. But yeah, so I have been painting and waxing that furniture all morning, and now I want to give the first coat of wax a chance to sort of like dry properly so I can see what it's going to look like, and I need to give the other chest of drawers a chance for the paint to properly dry before I have a look at it and decide whether it needs yet another coat or whether it's going to be okay for me to go ahead and wax that one. So yesterday I asked Will to buy the ingredients during our weekly food shop for banana muffins because I really hate wasting food, and we've got some bananas that have gone like way overripe, so I'm gonna see if I can make banana muffins with chocolate chips in. I don't bake. I've made cakes like once or twice in my life, never on my own. And it's not something I normally do, but we don't have a tin to make banana bread, which is what everyone else has been doing with their bananas. We've only got like a muffin tray, so yeah, I'm gonna try it. We couldn't get any self-raising flour though, so I'm gonna have to use plain flour, so I think it's gonna be a disaster, but it should be funny anyway. Hello. I've got my oven preheating and I'm about to try and make these banana muffins. I ended up on the phone to my mum for like 45 minutes because just when I started doing this, I got the post for the day, and one of the letters was from the NHS, just saying, well, not just saying, it's a 3-page letter that's very doom and gloom about how at risk I am, and I'm at risk of severe illness if I catch coronavirus, and that I should be self-isolating for 12 weeks from now, even though I've already done like 6 weeks, including my hospital stay. And I don't know how I feel about it. I watched a little bit of news coverage this morning, which I shouldn't have watched because it made me feel crap. And then I've got that letter today and I just feel really weird now. I've like spoken to my mum about it and spoken to my friends about it, and I just feel really weird. I don't know why, because it's saying I can't go out, and I already knew I couldn't go out, and I haven't been out in weeks, and you know, I haven't even been on a walk. But it was saying like I shouldn't be having face-to-face contact with anybody. So like when my brother turned up on the driveway the other day, like even though we were more than 2 meters away from each other, I probably like shouldn't have even spoken to him. And it was saying I shouldn't be using shared spaces in my house as much as possible. I shouldn't be using the same bathroom as other people in my house, and it all just seems so severe. So I'm just going to carry on as I was, because like I say, I'm not going out anyway, and I've already done over 6 weeks of isolation, so I'm going to continue to count to 12 weeks from here. And obviously if government guidance is still to not go out, then obviously I won't go out. But the thought of not being allowed anywhere until like the beginning of July, that has sort of like got me into a little bit of a panic. So yeah, and work also emailed me this morning like asking how I was, and I think basically they sort of want to know like if I'm going to be coming back or not, and I just feel really stressed now, and it's the first wobble I've had in weeks, so I'm going to try and make these banana muffins and not freak out basically. But I just wanted you guys to know that it's absolutely not all rainbows and smiles and painting furniture and crafting. I'm still a normal person who is just as worried about all of this as the rest of you are, and yeah, I'm just having a little bit of a wobble today. Right, so I've already put all of my ingredients together, so I'll leave the recipe that I'm using in the description rather than try and like share all the recipe here. But in this bowl I've got all my wet ingredients. So the mashed bananas, it said to use buttermilk or add a teaspoon of lemon juice to normal milk, so that's what I did. And I've also got melted butter in here and vanilla extract. Should have mashed these bananas before I put them in though, because turns out it's pretty difficult to mash bananas when they're in a slippery bowl full of wet ingredients. But it says to just mix all of these together, so that's what I'm doing. In this bowl is all the dry ingredients. So there's baking powder, flour, bicarbonate of soda, a pinch of salt, caster sugar. I think that's it. And it just says to lightly mix those together, then make a well in the middle and pour the wet ingredients in. Ugh. That didn't really work. And then it says just to like roughly mix it together with a fork and to not over mix it. Now, like I said, I know nothing about baking, so I don't know what is considered over mixing it, but I guess it needs to be like all the flour is covered by the wet mixture. Also, like I said earlier, I'm using normal flour, just plain flour, because we don't have any self-raising. So I don't know if these are actually gonna work. But hopefully they'll taste nice, regardless of if they rise properly or not. Adding in chocolate chips. Don't know how many. Probably just a bunch. Maybe some more. I never said these were healthy. So, some of them have had slight explosions. And I think it's because I had the temperature of the oven up too high by accident. I was so impressed with myself preheating the oven properly. Turns out that I had the temperature up too high. But there's a few that look pretty good. The chocolate hasn't all sunk to the bottom and they smell amazing. So hopefully they taste better than they look. Okay, so I ate one of my muffins. It was great. Now I'm back in the bedroom trying to deal with all this. I need to do another coat of paint on Will's chest of drawers, I think. The natural wood grain is just coming through so strongly and I feel like you can still see the colour of the wood through some of the paint. I'm just not sure how many coats it's going to need. Like, I really don't want to be painting this for days on end. We need to get all these clothes like back in the chest of drawers. But once I've done that, I'm going to do another coat of wax on my chest of drawers and then put all of my clothes back inside it because it's driving me mad. And once I've done that second coat of wax, this is now done until the handles arrive. That's like the last thing. So that's what I'm gonna crack on with now. Hello everyone, it's only just still the morning. I've had a morning off of doing like anything productive. I haven't even got dressed yet. I'm in my pyjamas. I put some exercise clothes on and then put my pyjamas back on. The exercise has not happened yet. But I've had a morning off of doing anything productive because I had a little bit of a wobble yesterday, which I did speak to you about. So I ended up finishing my day yesterday with like an Animal Crossing date on Discord with some of my friends, and that was fun. And then this morning I have just been on Animal Crossing because I finally unlocked terraforming, which means I can change my island like to the way I want it now. So I was doing that for a couple of hours, I'm not gonna lie to you, but I just sat down and I was writing in my journal, which I've still kept up with. I've got like an entry for every day that I've been in isolation. Today is day 32, by the way. And Hermes left a parcel on the doorstep, and they sent me an email to say that it had been left securely, but they'd literally just left it on the doorstep and not even knocked. And it's my Hobbycraft parcel, so I thought I would show you it, but I need to figure out how to open it without everything falling out. First of all, we have the little guest book that I've bought to go next to our guest book globe. It's just got some foliage on it and it's white, and it's got rose gold writing, so it fits with the rest of the theme, and it's nice and thin, so I can just slot it into the bookcase. I got these little goodie bags for my bridesmaids and flower girls because they perfectly match the theme, and I love this design of stuff. It's by Ginger Ray and you can get it like in lots of places, but they sell it in Hobbycraft. And I remembered that way back when I told the girls that there was lots of really nice hen do stuff in Hobbycraft, so I wonder if they've actually like gone ahead and bought some of the same stuff for my hen do, but it doesn't matter. They're really pretty anyway. So yes, I have those. I have little, you can't even see because of the light, I have little blush pink and rose gold tags to tie on there to have their names on each of them. I decided to save money by not ordering personalised ones because it was going to be a lot more. Now these were what I was worried about. They're little wicker hearts. Let's see if I can show them to you a bit better. And these are to go with our centerpieces, as part of our centerpieces, so I'll have to set one up at some point. I might have to ask Mum to like leave one on our doorstep next time she has to drop something to us. Oh, the post. More post. I think this is my photos for my scrapbook, so we can open that together in a minute as well. Yeah, so next time my mum has to drop something off to us, like food or something, because obviously Will is trying to limit how often he has to go out, so my mum is shopping for a couple of people and vulnerable members of our family, so sometimes she messages me and says, oh, I'm passing your house to go to the supermarket, do you need anything? And then she'll drop it. So I might have to ask her to drop a jar off so that I can set up our centerpieces and see if these work or not. If they don't, they were like, I want to say they were like £5, so it's not too bad, but I got 2 packs of those. So we have, oh, the glare off everything. We have a large one, which I think is going to go next to our globe and our guest book. So on here, it's going to have a message like, you mean the world to us, sign your name on our guest book globe and leave us a message in our guest book, sort of thing. And then I ordered a small square one because we have another couple of places around the venue where we're going to have something there for people to do, so I can like leave a message on it. And I also have a letterboard in my office, so if I need a third one I can use that. But yeah, so that's those. And then I think this is it. I took these in and out of my basket so many times, but I figure if we don't end up using them at the wedding, I can use them in the house. It's these like whitewashed rusticy letters, and I obviously got an ampersand and a C and a W. There we go. So there's the C And there's the W. So we have to be careful, because if we put our if we do Will and Chloe, it's a toilet, so we have to always do CW. So I opened my package of photos, obviously like intending to show you them straight away, but I was a bit annoyed because a whole stack of Florida photos, there's nearly 30 photos here that it's happened to, have been printed without a white border. I never have any problems with this website, so I don't know, maybe if it's just been missed or what, or maybe it was like my own mistake when I was ordering, but I never order anything without a white border anymore. And I double checked, in fact I like triple, quadruple checked that everything had a white border before I placed my order, so I'm not really sure what's happened, and it's annoying because it means they're not going to match any of the other photos. If they were all just for the travel album, that would be fine, but I've ordered duplicates of some of them to go in my 2020 album, so I'm a bit annoyed because I only order with a white border. Even my big photos have got a white border, so I'm sure it'll be fine. I'm going to use them anyway because I don't want to waste them, and there aren't like loads and loads of photos that I've ordered to put in my 2020 album because I'm going to document it all like thoroughly in my travel album, so it's not a big deal, but I'm just slightly annoyed. And then I got distracted by that, like going through and checking to make sure the rest of them did have a white border, so I've actually ended up sorting out most of them into piles, so I'll show you what I've got. But yeah, so this is a big stack of photos from our trip to Florida, but I thought I would show you my 12x12s. I haven't looked at them yet, I'm literally just about to look at them. So we've got some from New York, that's top of the rock, Central Park. I printed this one off in a 4x6 as well, I think. Times Square. Seriously, where can I put these? I don't want to stack them here. Statue of Liberty. Then we've got one from Florida. That's us. That's cute. Another Florida one. Oh, this is actually making me want to cry. I feel emotional. I want to go back to Disney so bad. I had a great time, but I was so poorly that I feel like robbed of the experience, and I desperately want to go back and do it properly. We're hoping to go to Disneyland California next year when things are back to normal, because we want to go to Hawaii on our honeymoon. So we want to do California and then Hawaii. We're going to have like a delayed honeymoon. We were always going to do that regardless of whether the wedding goes ahead now or not, but I feel emotional looking at these. There we go. The Epcot Ball, Spaceship Earth. I love it. I actually wasn't going to get this one printed at 12x12, and then I posted it on Instagram and somebody was like, that needs to be a 12x12, and I was like, do you know what, you're right. Oh, International Festival of the Arts. Then I got this one, which, oh my god, these photos have all come out so nice so far. This is exciting. I got this one printed. A PhotoPass photographer asked us if we were a couple, boyfriend, girlfriend, engaged or whatever, and we said we were engaged, and he said, oh, are you wearing your ring? And I said, I'm not actually, I've left it with family while I'm on holiday because I didn't want to lose it, but I was wearing some Disney rings, so he was like, oh, let's take a picture anyway of your hands in front of the castle. So that's like my little Disney engagement ring. I need to decide which ones of these are going to go in my travel album and which ones are going to go in my 2020 album. I've got a picture of the castle. Oh, how beautiful. And a picture from Animal Kingdom. In case you're wondering why these are mainly me, it's because Will hates having his photo taken. Absolutely hates it. Another one from Animal Kingdom in front of the Tree of Life. I tried to get 2 pictures from each park, I think, apart from Magic Kingdom, where I think I have 4 from Magic Kingdom, because we didn't take any like big we didn't take any photos worth blowing up in Hollywood Studios. So then we go on to my other Disney trip. So this is from my trip with my mum in July. Sorry, I know this is like going on and on, and most of you probably don't care. This is also from July with my mum. It's one of my favourite sets of photos ever from Disney, actually. This one, again, my mum hates having her photo taken, so don't hate me for having mainly photos of myself. I promise I'm not a horrible person. This is one of my favourite photos ever because I think it just totally captures how happy I am to be at Disney. That's from my Christmas trip, me hugging Minnie. That was the first character I ever met, that's why I got that photo blown up. The Christmas decorations in the Disney Village. So this is obviously from my Christmas trip, I can't remember if I said that. Then this is from my first ever trip, I just loved that. The Disneyland Paris packaging of the crepe with the castle in the background. And then we got the photo when everyone else left for the night after the fireworks. That was on my first trip. Another beautiful picture of the castle that I just wanted to have in large. Teacups, which I think deserved a large photo because the teacups at Paris are incredible. And then a picture that I told you about in that vlog from Iceland in 2016 that I'm going to put into my travel album. So that's all my big photos. Like I said, I've got 6x4s from Florida, lots of different ones. And then I've got all my collage 3x4 photos from Florida. And I'll show you how I'm going to try and fit all of these in. I've got some different page protectors. Some of these will also be used as 6x4s though. For example, this one is just 2 photos of me meeting Stitch, so I will probably use that as a 6x4. And of it, there are some as well that I've printed as duplicates for my 2020 album. Like, I've got 2 of these. So these will go in 2020, these will go in my Disney album. And there's a bunch of those. I'm surprised I didn't print 2 of this one because it's the photos of us in the airport before we left and we were really excited. Then I've got all my 2020 photos so far without Florida. And considering we've had 4 months of the year, there aren't many, and they're mainly hospital photos and stuff to do with coronavirus. There was one that I really liked. Where is it? I just showed it to Will. Where is it? Oh. For those who have lost track, today is Blur's Day, the 14th of April. I thought that was funny because I've totally lost track of time. Then I've got all of my New York photos for my travel album. I think I printed too many, to be totally honest with you. Then I've got a couple of photos, well, quite a few actually, from my first ever trip to Disney, which I forgot to print. So these all need to go into that Disney album. I had a couple of photos that I'd missed from my Christmas solo trip to Disney, so they will go into my Disney album. And then I have a lot of photos from my trip with my mum last July, which will all go into my Disney album. So that's all of them. They all need to be trimmed and properly organised and ordered and put into albums, and I feel a little bit overwhelmed by it, but we'll do it and we'll do it together, because when I did that for my, I think it was my 2018 or 2019 Project Life, people really enjoyed it. I did it as a whole separate video, so maybe I'll try and do that again this time, and just show you how it sort of ends up in the vlog, because this week's vlog is already quite long. I've been editing it. But yeah, so that's all my posts today. Exciting times. I ended up getting a bit carried away and I've put most of my Disney photos in their place now, so I thought to make up for the fact that I didn't film it, I would give you a quick flip. So this is obviously my first Disney trip, and I moved some of the photos around to add in the ones that I missed. This is like the first day of the trip. This is the first evening when we watched Illuminations. And then this is my birthday. And there we go, that continues. And then these 2 pages are Paris, when we went and had 24 hours in actual Paris itself. Then there'll be some sort of divider and we go into the second trip, which was my solo trip. So again, I've moved some of these around and changed the inserts and stuff. There are a lot of photos crammed into these pages, so they will be like photo heavy layouts, but that's okay. There we go, that's that last page. Then we go on to my trip with my mum, and there are so many photos for this trip. I didn't realise how much I had printed actually, so that's the first time my mum saw Disneyland Paris. And I printed off loads of these pictures because obviously it was my mum's first ever Disney trip. It was to celebrate, you know, something really special, and like I printed all of these photos from this character meet because it was my mum's first ever character meet, for example. So like I have included a lot of photos. This does not turn very well. There we go. I think I'm gonna have to punch some bigger holes into that. But yeah, we go on to day 3 of the trip. Lots and lots of photos of Plaza Gardens and Winnie the Pooh because I love him. Just some like little details of the parks themselves and snacks that we had. Jungle Book Jive, which was amazing. Then this was our last morning and it was raining. Had to have that photo of us in our, what are they called? Ponchos? Oh my goodness, my brain just stopped working. And there we go, that will be the last page. And then I've got these 2 large photos. And then we go into Florida. So this is just some ephemera from Florida. I've got quite a lot actually that I can add in. I've just kept it there so that I remember I have it. Our first day was Animal Kingdom, so I just went ahead and popped the Animal Kingdom photos in here. There we go. Again, these are going to be super photo heavy layouts, but I don't mind. Then this, I chopped down a page protector, the one I said just a minute ago that wasn't turning very well. I chopped a page protector in half, and then I was like, well, instead of wasting another page protector doing the same thing, I could just put my photos in and then punch holes in it, like in the bit that I had cut off, to use as another page protector. So I did that, but I've accidentally chopped through the photo here. So I'm gonna have to be very careful with it. Maybe put some washi or an embellishment on it and then punch through the embellishment to keep that in place. I don't know if anything I just said made sense to you, but you know. And then that's where I've got up to, and I've kind of got bored now because it's taken me a couple of hours just to do that. But the next photos will be of Magic Kingdom, and they will be there. I've got my 2020 photos ready to go, New York photos ready to go. So the next time I feel like doing it, I can come and sit at my desk and sort it out. The sun is back. It's been oh no. It's been raining for like 2 or 3 days. Archie, which is part of the reason I haven't been filming because it just makes me so miserable. Ah, sunshine is back. Hello everyone. So it's a bit dark in here and I'm looking a bit crazy. My skin is so sore, so I've just left it to do its thing today. And yes, my hair is still in a messy bun. I've had a bit of a wobbly couple of days. I've been like fine, but just not really feeling up to filming and stuff. And although I like to be sort of realistic with you guys, I have been criticised in the past and recently actually for complaining about things when other people have it worse. So I didn't want to film over the last couple of days when I wasn't feeling my best, because I didn't want people to accuse me of being dramatic when other people have it so much worse. And obviously there's always going to be someone who has it worse or better than you, but it doesn't mean you shouldn't be allowed to feel how you feel. So I just let myself feel how I felt, and it was all triggered by receiving that letter really from the NHS that I spoke to you about on Thursday, saying that I should be isolating for a further 12 weeks, and that was going to take me right up to my hen do, and like, I don't know, it really triggered a lot of anxiety and anxious thoughts in me, and that sort of spiraled to there's absolutely no hope that the wedding's going to take place, and why am I even bothering to plan it, and when are we going to reschedule it to, and it just triggered like a whirlwind of anxious thoughts. So I decided to just call it a day with filming, and had a totally relaxed weekend. Will has now got Animal Crossing as well, because he had FOMO watching me play Animal Crossing, so he downloaded it yesterday, and we've been spending a lot of time playing on Animal Crossing. And I visited his island today and got a load of fish and bugs that I didn't have, because he made a southern hemisphere island. It won't make any sense to people who don't play Animal Crossing, but I'm addicted to it again. I've spent all weekend playing it, going to other people's islands, sharing and trading furniture and stuff. Like, it's been a bit crazy how addicted I am to it again. But yeah, I decided to let myself have a weekend off, because I have actually been really productive and really positive throughout this whole thing. I had like one bad day in the beginning, and then I've been really productive, and I've tried to be so positive. But the last couple of days have just been a little bit anxious and a little bit down, and I just didn't want to inflict all of that on you guys. I've also like not felt very well in myself the last couple of days, especially in the evenings, because I'm not on any Crohn's medication now, so naturally like I'm gonna have days where my Crohn's plays up, and I'm just hoping that it doesn't go into full flare up, because that's the last thing anyone needs right now. I haven't forgotten about Spirit Jersey week. I can't remember if I said that I would put in a picture of Thursdays, Spirit Jersey, Fridays, I don't know. I can't remember, let me check. This was Fridays that I wanted to share, and then this was yesterday's, and then this one is today's. This is a snazzy one that I bought in the New York Times Square Disney store, and it's got like rainbow sleeves, and on the back it says feeling classic, and it's got all the classic Fab 5 on the front, and it's actually made out of velour, so it's real classy. I absolutely love it. And I realised that I thought I had 7 Spirit jerseys. Turns out I've actually got 8 or 9, so I won't be sharing them all with you right now, but this is the last Spirit jersey of Spirit Jersey week on my channel and Instagram. The riveting content that you guys are all here for, I'm sure. But yeah, I did not do any more of my scrapbook. I think that was Friday I was showing you, Thursday or Friday? I've just totally lost track of the days. I think it was Thursday I was showing you that. I haven't done any more of that since, I don't think. Because I just haven't really felt like it, but I'm hoping to crack on with that next week. And I need to think of some new projects, because I've done a lot of the stuff that I wanted to do already, so we have another 3 weeks of like enforced lockdown, and then obviously with my 12-week recommended isolation, that takes me to the middle of June anyway, even if I just stick with my original 12 weeks. So I'm gonna need to come up with new projects to complete. I've got lots of crafting to do, but sometimes you need other stuff as well, so yeah. Okay, so it's actually now Monday morning. I was just finishing up the edit of this vlog and getting it ready to upload when I realised that I didn't finish the vlog and I did not show you the finished furniture that I spent the entire vlog painting. So I thought while all this beautiful sunlight was coming into the bedroom, I would quickly show you. So obviously all the drawers are hanging out because we haven't got handles on yet. They are in the post, hopefully they'll arrive soon. This could definitely have done with another couple of coats of paint. I feel like with the light shining on it you can see that. And I also really didn't do a very good job of waxing the furniture. So unfortunately, all in all, it's not really turned out how I hoped it would. However, I can always lightly sandpaper off the wax that I did at some point and just give it another couple of coats of paint if it really bothers me. At the moment, it's not bothering me enough to actually do anything about it. I've moved on from this project now. I'm kind of done with it. But yeah, so that's Will's chest of drawers, and then we've got my chest of drawers, and again the junk is all still on top of it, but it'll all be sorted out eventually. My one turned out better than Will's, I think, my chest of drawers, but like I say, I can always have a go at fixing this one or redoing it at a later date. These boxes are going to be going at some point as well into a different room. But yeah, so another lockdown project almost complete. We're just waiting for the handles. I won't show you my face because I've just got out of bed and I'm looking horrendous. But I hope you've had a great week, guys. I hope you enjoyed the vlog, and I will see you in my next one.